Yes, coming to you live from the Skee Lodge. I'm DJ Skee, and right here in my hands, I hold one of the most anticipated games of the year. I'm talking about Halo 4, and I was honored to actually do a remix for this game with my partner THX, so make sure you check it out. But before we get to the review, this is actually shot a few days before the rest of this video is going to be. I wanted to give you an unboxing of the limited edition set. I haven't played the game yet, just demos like everybody else, but wanted to show you what comes with this before we get to it. So, it has a number on the front. Let's see what it is, and as we open it up, see the packaging is interesting because it's not just a rectangle, it has the little dented in corner. And the box feels very premium already. This is just not really a part of it, it's more of a display case holder. So you probably won't keep that part. But as you get to this, the box is definitely a quality, thick cardboard. And as we open up, here's all the contents inside of it. So first up, I think this is where the actual Halo 4 exists. As you can see, 2 discs. So this is the premium version. Very high quality right here. This is like a reflective, I hope you guys can see it, but it's almost like a reflective machine ship parts for the blue. It's a 2-disc game, so you can see we got both discs right there. In here we have an envelope. Let's find out what's inside. Again, the quality of this too, it's like a cool reflective red, really sick. So we have our access code, game add-on and marketplace download. Of course, we can try Xbox Live for free, and our typical warning. So that's what's in here. This is the Forward to Dawn access code, so you can actually, for the special edition exclusively. In here, we have this little poster blueprint, Gabriel Thorne. So you can see that's what's in that. Now, let's go to another envelope, same material. This one looks like we have to cut open. This doesn't have a zipper like the other one, so you can tell if you buy it new or used from somebody. This one includes mission briefing, and yeah, it's a little whole mission briefing thing. This is my first time opening this, so I'm looking at it as you are. Do not remove from S-Deck, read and destroy. So it gives you the whole overview. And then right here is where a lot of the other bonus edition things come. So let's see how we even open it. So this is another, this looks like it to be a booklet. Super cool limited edition booklet with all the info, different fonts, different pages, showcases all the different guns, it appears. You also get a couple cards with it. Still looking for more in the network. Lots of cool things. Oh, and session summary. So that is the premium kit, and in addition to all these cool little bonus goodies and stuff all you Halo fans will love, you also get access to the Halo 4 Forward Until Dawn live action series, 3 War Games packs, launch day access to 6 Specializations, as well as unique in-game skins and emblem. So if you're a huge Halo fan, you'll definitely want this special limited edition just because it's super cool and comes with a bunch of other stuff. If not, you still have the game. Review is coming up next. I'm gonna go play this so I can do the review. You'll see no reaction next. Let's go. Skee TV. Now for the review, let's start off with the single player mode because that's, you know, kind of the backbone of Halo, and it gives you the whole story and the whole mystique of it. Now, in terms of gameplay, it took me about 6 hours to beat it. I played it on normal difficulty just so we could, you know, get this review done in time and I could have enough experience under it. And I did experiment around with a few different difficulty levels. On easy, you can literally just run around and jetpack over people and knock people out with your guns. You don't face much resistance. Normal gets a little tougher. Then as you get to some of the harder difficulties, they get very, very challenging. So definitely a game for all levels of gamers. In terms of the engine that they use, 343 has just done an incredible job. The guns feel better than ever. Even the fight combat, the AI from the enemies is incredible. They kind of work together. You'll be chasing after them and they'll actually retreat, run side to side, so they really avoid you. They're not just, you know, going in the same patterns. You can kind of learn on a lot of games with enemies. They're really smart, so you can turn around and they'll be behind you. And at the same time too, they'll notice when you're reloading or something and start chasing you down at that point. So the AI is amazing in this game. In terms of presentation, everything looks incredible. The one thing I would have to say is some of the cinematics start off with very, very realistic graphics, like almost to the point where you don't know at first if they actually took real video or if it's CGI, which is incredible. Then there's a couple other points in the game when you see the more cartoony Halo, which you're kind of typical to seeing in the past. So I wish there was a little more consistency, and personally I preferred the real life looking CGI, especially when you see, because the detail is so incredible. And then there's a couple scenes later in the game where you see the more cartoony things. So it's not equally balanced, just something that kind of stood out a little bit. Nothing bad, but something you will notice. Now, they've definitely said they were trying to humanize this game more than in the past, and they've done that. You're thrown in as Master Chief, who you already know and love if you've played Halo before. And the game really goes back and forth. There's other characters that you'll see and a lot of other people that you'll get into, but it's primarily him and Katana is the conflict between her and everything else. Without giving too much away, you'll see what I mean. But overall, the single player is great. Relatively quick, not too quick, but still, you know, I just wish it was a little longer. But overall, you're gonna have a lot of fun, do a lot of things, and the world, everything just looks incredible and amazing. So definitely thumbs up for the single player. Now let's talk about the multiplayer, because this is where the value really comes in. You know, as soon as you're thrown into it, it's the same classic Halo multiplayer you've grown to love. There's a ton of new features. A lot of people were worried about, you know, there's similar perks to Call of Duty, which, you know, I don't think it's bad if you take from other games. If somebody does something right, you should definitely do it. You don't want to not do it just because somebody else has done it. So you definitely see the influence on some of the multiplayer modes and features influenced by Call of Duty, which is not a bad thing at all, because that's kind of the standard and what we've all grown to come and love. So in terms of the gameplay, it's easy to get right in. I haven't had any issues with the servers, even though this is pre-release. Again, it's tough to say to really do a full review of this, because the multiplayer, you know, we're only going to be able to judge it 6 months from now, but everything I've played is amazing. There's about 10 levels. None of the levels were incredible. My favorite one, I forget what it's called, but it's the outside one. I think it's Stranded. You get to use all the vehicles, which are great. You can level up pretty easily. Everybody dashes for new guns, new weapons. Really, they've done a really good job. Everything seemed to be moving very quick, not a ton of lag. They've done a great job with the multiplayer. There's really not a ton to say about that, because you know what it is. It's exactly what you expect, improved. The guns feel a lot better than the past Halos, graphics, levels, everything's bigger, more immersed. So really a good job, and kudos to 343 for pulling off what a lot of people didn't think they could, and really busting their ass for their first true release of arguably, you know, the biggest game of all time. Now, I've really been able to dive into the whole limited edition package since I've been playing it non-stop the past couple days to give you guys this review. But first up, this is available Tuesday as well. This one's gonna be $99. The original standard Halo 4 is gonna be $59.99. So pick your poison. It's definitely worth it if you play video games, but both versions come with 2 discs, and the good thing about it, you're not going to be constantly flipping discs. The second disc for both of them, I was kind of worried, because I just hate 2-disc things, it's annoying to get up and play in the middle of it. You do a one-time install that was very fast. I thought it would take like 30 minutes, so I actually got up and planned to do some other stuff, and it was done in about 5 minutes. So the second disc is just to install for the multiplayer stuff. It installs it on your hard drive. That being said, if you have an older Xbox that doesn't have a big hard drive, you're going to need some space for it. I think it takes up about 4 gigs. I'm not entirely sure, but I have heard that, you know, some people were complaining about the amount of space that it took out, so you might have to delete some stuff. So just a word of warning, shouldn't affect most people, but if you have an older Xbox, it will. Now, in conclusion, Halo 4, is it worth it? If you're a Halo fan, absolutely. I mean, if you're not into science fiction and stuff, you're not going to like it, because that's what it is. But overall, 343 has really impressed me. They took over for Bungie, done an incredible job. Multiplayer is more in the same. It's the same multiplayer you've grown to love. The single player mode is incredible, albeit, you know, some people might think it's a little short. A couple small hang-ups. Storyline's pretty good, pretty solid. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but pretty solid. It's an incredible game. Couple flaws, nothing major. Everything looked good. There wasn't any issues with frame rates or dropouts. The engine that it's on is incredible. Unlike some other games nowadays, you'll see some dropouts or different things. Everything is beautiful. Didn't notice any of that. Microsoft has definitely put their all into it. They haven't spared any money, it seems. I heard over 375 people worked on this game at a single time. Everything from the music, of course my remix, to the everything is done incredibly tastefully, and Microsoft realizes they couldn't, it's been 5 years since the last true Halo and they had to come out strong. They definitely did. Can't wait for Halo 5. Hopefully they answer a couple of the questions that you see here, but definitely a cool story. If you've never played any of the other Halos, this is the one to get into now because, you know, it's the start of a new trilogy. Definitely recommend it and buy that special edition soundtrack. I'm DJ Skee right here on Skee TV. Hope you enjoyed it and don't beat my ass online. I've been beaten by, like, you know, all these little 3-year-olds who sit here and play it all day. I'm doing all right though. I'll see you on Xbox Live. I gotta get back to this.